Well, thank you very much. That was awesome. That was fun. I think we had a good crowd. We had nice hors d'oeuvres, drinks, and Jen, do you want to come up for just 1 second? Yeah, sorry. It's kind of loud. Do you want to tell us just a little bit about working with the crew? What was that like?
The crew was amazing, and the actors, so many of them went and read the novel, and they really weren't interested. I mean, that's the whole thing, to get them involved and engaged with the ideas. And we had no political test for whoever wanted to work with us. You know, confidence was the only thing. And for example, there were people that had, if you look at their Facebook, one of them was a big Bernie supporter, and he's a major crew member, but he had no problem with it.
Yeah.
You know, and I think art gets over the politics. You know, through art, you have a chance to reach out to people in a different way without the polarization. Right. So we presented it just in principle, no political parties, and I think we got some people thinking about what we're doing.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Cool. One of the guy who played Reed, I think I've seen him in some other things. Has he been in some?
He's a big Shakespearean actor in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
He's in all the Shakespeares.
Yeah, I thought he was really outstanding. Is there any questions? Okay, Chris. Sorry, on the back. Can you identify yourself too?
Hi, I'm one of Richter. Thank you. Actually, this was very good, I have to say. It was really well made, and the story makes sense. I have a question, and it was almost scary for the fact that this movie, the book, and the movie, the idea came before the election in 2020. It's pretty scary that you're spot on. My worry is that, you know, as someone who's middle-aged, I hope I can still define myself that way. My worry is that when you fictionalize things that actually truly happened, there are the naysayers, and that's what we're in a battle for information. And we have naysayers. Doesn't matter what the battle is, there are always people who are going to deny. And we have people who deny, you know, elections. I have my own opinion, but nonetheless, there are deniers and there are proponents. And when you have that, the fact that things get fictionalized add to, in my view, may add to the detractors, the deniers, arsenal to say, well, obviously this couldn't be true because you fictionalized it. And, you know, I'm a member of the Jewish community, and we saw that with the Holocaust. Movies about the Holocaust actually are not favored in the Jewish community, specifically because they fictionalized the Holocaust when the true horror of it was enough. Okay, so that's my point. But I do admire the idea. I think it's a very good idea because, and I admire the fact that we have someone who's like way younger generations here, because as someone my age, I think we have a really hard time reaching out sometimes to younger people and say, pay attention, you're being manipulated. Thank you.
I understand your point about fictionalization, but I would point out that this movie was made remarkably before the controversy of 2020. So, what are your comments on that?
I think some people are irredeemable, and we're just trying to catch the people that are open to persuasion.
Wow, that pretty much sums up my feelings sometimes, because I feel like no matter what you say, people are just not going to be there with you. Chris?
I was just going to say, I'm Chris. We met earlier. I worked in LA for 20 years working in industry and as an actor, performer. And I find that as far as with your story, you didn't hit us over the head with anything. It wasn't like preachy. And I feel like that we have an advantage being from like libertarian conservative, but we have the objective truth on our side. So we don't have to preach and we don't have to hit them over the head, and it doesn't feel forced or bizarre. But when you were writing this and you were putting this movie together, was it easier for, do you think, was it easier for you to get your message across without being preachy, without hitting people over the head like they do?
Yeah. The key to that, I learned this from Ayn Rand. She wrote a tiny little book on the art of fiction writing. And Aristotle, I think, hits on it too. You have to integrate the theme and the plot. The theme has to be absolutely embedded in the plot so that it's not just some overlay, the way they do with the woke stuff.
Yeah.
They make an overlay. It's like, oh, you're watching a detective story and all of a sudden at the end the judge is a trans something or other, and it makes no sense. It's not anywhere in the story required. So it's preachy, you know?
That's really cool you mentioned that, because today I took Jen to lunch, and I was saying one of the most influential classes that I took as an undergraduate at UCLA was in literary criticism, and we read Aristotle's Poetics, and he talks about how the themes, or he calls it the thought, is embedded in the characters and what they're doing, and that was really fun. Well, any other questions?
How do you get the book or the movie?
I'm sorry, what?
How do you get the book or the movie for me?
Oh, yeah, so the book you can order on Amazon, right?
Yeah.
And the movie you can get through Amazon Prime. Yeah, and also, wow, we actually have some copies here.
There are 4 copies of the book.
Yeah.
Help yourself,
Yeah.
run around.
Yeah. George?
Have you been able to influence like a high school level or college level student?
I think the question was, are you targeting the high school level?
We're looking for an educational distributor and to present it with educational materials. We're going to try Library Journal and see if they'll accept us. There's a submission process and it has to go along with training materials for children, not children, but you know, school. So we're trying, school library journal. We're trying to submit to them, and we have the name of another educational distributor. Yeah, it's tough to get it out there.
What about homeschoolers?
That would be a perfect audience for us. So we were looking into going to, like, there's a conference for homeschool folks. They are a terrific audience for us. We've done other events. We did a Meet James Madison event. We had James Madison come in to a local library and talk about the Constitution. It was full of families homeschooling their kids.
One of the things I was just thinking about is that having read the novel and seeing the screenplay, I know that you eliminated some of the plot. You had to eliminate the younger daughter. She was basically targeted by her college and forced to resign from the college. And then there was also a trip to Ireland to check out the fictional company. So that's just some of the stuff that goes by the wayside when you're writing a screenplay.
I have a comment on that. Some of my learning about turning a novel into a screenplay. In the novel, there's an entire chapter where Laura goes to Ireland and tries to track down this company. And in the film, it's just one phone call. We tried, there's a phony company, so the whole chapter was reduced to one company. And then you have to eliminate subplots. There was a whole subplot. The girl, Kate, got expelled from school.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Michael?
So, thanks, Ms. LaGreca. So, with the future of your organization, so you said that you have education materials ready to go, or that you're developing, and like what percentage of the materials that you're producing are like this versus more of like an educational blueprint? And you said that you don't have any partners or channels yet. You're still looking for your first one.
Distribute.
So the question was like what percentage of your, maybe your budget is going towards making films, and do you have any partners in your ventures?
We don't have any partners yet. And we have educational materials for the novel that are very defined. They're on the tables, the teacher's syllabus and the school exercises. We have exercises on the Bill of Rights and the First Amendment. But we are working on educational materials for the film, and then we're going to submit them to the educational distributors. You know, and I'd say that would probably be about 20-25% of our budget for next year. We have a third film project, and we have our second film in post-production, which is a much higher budget. This was filmed in 4 nights on a sound stage.
Yeah,
I guess my partners are the production people who work for peanuts and do phenomenal work.
yeah, this is, anybody who's trying to make a film, and I actually did that one time. I made a film called Unfriended. It's about a guy, a lawyer, a client who gets unfriended his lawyer on Facebook, and it's just like the production quality. You know, you have to deal with what you got, right? And it's cool. And thank you so much for your efforts and for what you're saying. Basically, it's great. And just one more time, where can people see the film? It's on Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime, and the book is on Amazon.
Right, Just the Truth
Yeah.
by LaGreca.
Anyone who wants to show it to your organization, you know, we can send you a disc or give you the unlisted link to show it. Yeah, we'd love to have it shown.
Winged Victory Foundation, Jen LaGreca. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.